Welcome to another fantastic tale from the Dream Factory. Today we bring you a thrilling story of a dirigible full of courageous adventurers, a floating island nestled among the clouds, and a crystal with the power to change everything. Get ready for an electrifying journey above the skies, packed with mysteries, challenges, and a treasure that shines as brightly in the heavens as it does in the hearts of those who seek it.
The sky was ablaze with hues of orange and gold as the golden gull sliced through the air, its propellers humming like a gentle giant in motion. On the deck, the crew bustled with anticipation, knowing that something extraordinary was about to unfold. Leading the way was Captain Elias, a fearless leader known not just for his bravery, but also for his unwavering sense of justice. In his hands was a magical compass that spun in an unpredictable manner, pointing to a direction that promised remarkable discoveries. We're close. Stay on course and keep your eyes sharp. The floating treasure awaits us. Elias's voice resonated across the deck, and a spark of excitement danced in the eyes of every crew member. Mia, the ship's 15-year-old engineer, stood beside the engines, adjusting gears with precision. Her soot-covered face was a testament to her hard work, but her bright, determined eyes revealed the thrill she felt. She was the mastermind behind keeping the ship airborne, even under the most extreme conditions. High above, Finn, the agile lookout and perpetual optimist, perched on the mast. He held enchanted binoculars capable of piercing through the densest clouds. "Captain, I see something," Finn shouted breathlessly. The crew paused, eager to hear his discovery. It's an island floating, and at the center, there's something shining like the sun itself. It was the floating island, a magnificent chunk of land suspended in the sky by glowing blue crystals that seemed almost alive. At its heart stood a golden tower, gleaming like a beacon. Legend spoke of the floating treasure hidden there, a massive crystal with the power to balance the floating island scattered across the sky. But the crew of the Golden Gull knew that adventures of this magnitude were rarely solitary. It didn't take long for another airship to appear on the horizon. It was the Shadow Hawk, captained by the cunning and relentless Serafina. Her ship's dark sails billowed like living shadows, and her very presence sent chills through the sky. "Captain, they're trailing us," Finn warned, hopping down from the mast with urgency. Elias furrowed his brow, though his voice remained calm. "Stay steady. We push forward. Mia, give the engines more power. Everyone else, prepare for quick maneuvers. Let's ensure they don't catch us." The Shadow Hawk grew closer with every passing moment. The turbulent winds between the two airships made navigation tense, but the crew of the Golden Gull was determined to forge ahead. Elias expertly steered the ship, avoiding treacherous air currents, while Finn rallied the crew with motivational calls to action. With a swift maneuver, the Golden Gull surged forward and managed to land on the island. "Quickly now! To the tower!" Elias commanded. Mia and Finn ran alongside their captain as the other crew members spread out to safeguard the ship from potential intruders. The ground beneath Mia's feet seemed to pulse, as though the living crystals that held the island aloft were communicating with her. "Captain, it feels like the island has its own heartbeat," she said, awestruck. "These crystals, they're more than ordinary minerals." The team reached the base of the tower, where a colossal door blocked their path. Adorned with shimmering runes akin to the island's crystals, the door exuded an aura of mystery. "These runes, they guard the entrance," Elias murmured, running his fingers over the symbols. "Mia, bring the compass. I suspect it holds the key to unlocking this." The magical compass began spinning gently, almost as if whispering to the runes. With careful precision, Mia and Elias pressed the correct symbols, and the door groaned open with a deep rumble. Inside the tower, a spiraling staircase stretched toward an unseen ceiling, illuminated by beams of light that filtered through narrow windows. The crew ascended with haste, but the sound of propellers reverberated outside. The Shadow Hawk had also touched down. "They won't give up, will they?" Finn muttered, glancing downward. Elias quickened his pace. "No matter. We'll reach the top first." Finally, they arrived at a vast chamber atop the tower. At its center, perched on a crystalline pedestal, was the floating treasure. A colossal crystal glowing with golden light and encased in magical chains that floated in the air. Mia froze in awe, her wide eyes reflecting the crystal's brilliance. "This is more incredible than anything I've ever imagined," she whispered. But their moment of wonder was abruptly interrupted by Serafina and her crew bursting into the room. "Well, thank you for doing the heavy lifting, Elias," Serafina said with a sly grin. "Now step aside. The crystal belongs to me." Elias stepped forward, placing himself between her and the treasure. "This isn't something to possess, Serafina. It has a purpose far greater than your ambitions." The two groups faced off, each determined to protect or claim the treasure. The tension built and a struggle ensued. Despite being outnumbered, Elias and his crew held their ground with courage and teamwork. Finn's agility allowed him to distract and outmaneuver the rival crew, while Mia carefully observed the crystal, noticing how its light seemed to react to the chaos around it. With each passing moment, the crystal's glow intensified, as though it was awakening. At the height of the confrontation, the crystal unleashed a radiant wave of golden light that engulfed the entire room. The blinding brilliance brought all motion to a halt. As the light dimmed, the crystal began to speak, its voice deep and resonant. "You have demonstrated bravery and determination, but this power belongs to no one. I am the balance of the floating islands, and I must fulfill my purpose." Silence fell as everyone absorbed the crystal's words. Serafina scowled, frustrated yet aware that no force could defy such an entity. "Well played, Elias. It seems there will be no victor today. But remember, we will meet again in the skies," she said before retreating. The crystal ascended toward the heavens, disappearing into the clouds like a celestial star, leaving the room in serene quiet. Back aboard the Golden Gull, the crew watched as the island faded into the mist. Mia turned to Elias. "Do you think we made the right choice, Captain?" Elias smiled faintly, his expression calm. "Yes, the real treasure wasn't the crystal, Mia. It was the lesson it taught us, that there are forces greater than ourselves, and we must protect what keeps our world in balance." As the Golden Gull sailed toward the horizon, Finn glanced at his friends and grinned. "So what's our next adventure?" With that, the airship vanished into the clouds, ready for new skies and fresh tales. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the skies. If you enjoyed the story of the floating treasure and want more magical tales, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with all your friends. Who knows, your next adventure might be waiting up there among the clouds.
Welcome to another fantastic tale from the Dream Factory. Today, we bring you the magical story of a brave navigator exploring the vast ocean and a red-haired mermaid who loves to visit the land. Prepare yourself to dive into the mysteries of the deep sea, uncover hidden treasures, and witness a friendship that crosses worlds. Hold on tight. This adventure will captivate your imagination.
The sky was painted in shades of gold and pink as the small boat of Moana, a fearless navigator, glided through the calm waters. The soft sound of waves breaking against the hull mixed with the gentle whisper of the wind that played with her brown braids. Firmly gripping the helm, she adjusted the direction with care, determined to reach Coral Bay, a place few had dared to explore. She was drawn by the ancient stories and legends that surrounded it. There, hidden treasures of the ocean were said to be zealously guarded by its waves. Moana's heart raced. Since she was a child, tales of mysterious and magical ocean creatures had enchanted her. Among all the stories, mermaids fascinated her the most. Singing wise, agile, yet secretive, Moana dreamed of meeting one. If there's anything more beautiful and intriguing than the horizon of the sea, it must be hidden beneath its depths, she whispered, as though making a silent vow. Suddenly, something gleamed among the waves not far away. Moana squinted her eyes. Was it a reflection? Perhaps a piece of coral or a jumping fish? She didn't have time to ponder because the water surrounding her boat began to ripple gently, as though the ocean itself was alive. And then gracefully emerging was a figure, a mermaid. Her bright red hair glimmered under the sunlight, and her dazzling rainbow-colored tail seemed to hold every hue imaginable. But it was her warm and open smile that caught Moana's attention most. "What brings a curious explorer to these waters?" asked the mermaid in a melodious voice that seemed to blend with the sound of the waves. For a moment Moana was stunned. She wasn't sure if she was imagining it, but something about the magical creature was undeniably real. Taking a deep breath, she replied, "I'm Moana, a navigator searching for discoveries. And you're more amazing than I ever dreamed of finding." The mermaid laughed softly, dove quickly, and then resurfaced a few meters from Moana. "I'm Ariel," she said, "and it seems you found more than you were looking for." There was a pause before Ariel continued, "You seem brave. Tell me what brings you so far." And thus began a conversation that felt as natural as a summer afternoon by the sea. Moana spoke of her adventures, the ancient map she followed, the thrill of navigating uncharted waters. Ariel shared stories of her life in the radiant reefs, her friends from the underwater world, and her endless curiosity for the land. "I always wonder how humans manage to create so many things, from boats to castles," said Ariel with a dreamy smile. "Sometimes I climb onto the rocks to watch from afar. I've always imagined what it would be like to walk along beaches instead of swimming all the time." The bond between them grew quickly. Despite living in such different worlds, they seemed to share the same adventurous spirit and boundless curiosity. Ariel tilted her head and gazed at Moana with a sparkle in her eyes. "Do you want to see something truly magical?" Moana, already completely enchanted, nodded enthusiastically. "Yes, please. Show me." Ariel took an elegant dive and swam around the boat as though testing something. Then she pointed toward the horizon. "Follow me. I'll take you to a place few humans have ever seen. But I warn you, the treasure you're about to discover cannot be bought with coins." Without hesitation, Moana adjusted the sails and followed Ariel, who glided through the sea as though it had been made just for her. The path was lined with coral reefs gleaming brilliantly and multicolored fish darting about. Even the air felt different, filled with magic and anticipation. After some time, the boat reached a location where the ocean seemed deeper and more mysterious. There, beneath the surface, glowed a reef that appeared to hold all the stars from the sky. "Welcome to the Reef of Eternal Light," announced Ariel, gesturing theatrically with her arms. Moana was awestruck. The reef emitted golden and violet hues that pulsed like a living heartbeat. "It's beautiful," Moana whispered, barely realizing she was speaking aloud. "Adios, Mile. You haven't seen anything yet. Come with me." With the diving gear she always carried on her explorations, Moana plunged into the water alongside Ariel. At the bottom of the reef, they discovered a hidden tavern. In its center, a massive crystal glowed intensely, radiating a calm but powerful energy. Ariel placed her hand over the crystal's soft light and explained, "This is the heart of the ocean. It maintains the balance of the waters, nourishes the corals, and gives life to the creatures here. It's our greatest treasure, and we protect it with everything we have." Moana was silent, overcome with profound respect and awe. At that moment, she understood that the true treasure wasn't something to be taken, but something that needed to be preserved for everyone. "I promise to care for the sea. It has given me so much, and now I understand how precious it is," she said sincerely. The two resurfaced, and the sky was already tinged with orange and purple, signaling the sunset. As they floated side by side, Ariel looked at Moana and said, "You're different from other humans I've met. I think the world needs more people like you." Moana smiled, "And I think the world would be even more wonderful with more beings like you." When it came time to leave, the two parted with a hug, a promise, and the beginning of a deep friendship. Moana knew that this encounter was just the start of a story full of possibilities.
What an incredible adventure between the brave navigator and the curious mermaid. If you love this magical story, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Together, we can explore new worlds and uncover even more enchanting secrets. What treasures does the ocean hold for us in the next adventure?
Once upon a time, in a quiet little town filled with narrow streets and gardens that seemed plucked straight out of a fairy tale, children often daydreamed about adventures in far-off magical lands. In the attic of an old house belonging to the Smith family, there lay an unusual wooden chest. It was adorned with intricate carvings and tiny golden accents that sparkled faintly in the warm glow of the sunset. This was no ordinary chest. Local legend claimed it held magical secrets, a portal to a world where imagination came alive. Yet no one had ever dared to uncover its mysteries. One of the town's most curious children was a boy named Lucas. With his sparkling eyes and endless sense of wonder, Lucas lived for the stories his grandmother shared. She often spoke of the chest in the attic and the whispers it seemed to carry when the sun dipped below the horizon. She told Lucas that the chest pulsed with enchantment, holding tales from ancient times and realms yet undiscovered. One sunny afternoon, brimming with excitement, Lucas decided it was time to venture into the attic to see it for himself. Armed with the flashlight and his adventurous grin, Lucas climbed the creaky stairs to the attic. When he reached the top, there it was, the chest. It sat in solitude among dusty boxes and forgotten treasures. Somehow it seemed to glow faintly, as if aware of his presence. He approached it, feeling his pulse quicken. With trembling hands, Lucas lifted the lid and peered inside. To his astonishment, he found something extraordinary. A shimmering silver medallion etched with mysterious patterns, accompanied by a yellowed piece of parchment with elegant handwriting. The note read, "Believe in magic. The secret will only reveal itself to those who have courage and kindness in their hearts." Lucas's mind buzzed with curiosity. What secret could the chest hold? Clutching the medallion and the note, he ran downstairs to share his discovery with his grandmother. She smiled knowingly, her weathered hands brushing over the parchment as she recounted the tale of the magical chest. Long ago, she began in her soothing voice, a gifted craftsman built this chest for those who dared to dream. It said that the chest could turn imagination into reality, but only for those brave enough to face the unknown. Lucas was entranced by her words, and from that day on, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was destined to unlock the chest's magic. In the days that followed, Lucas visited the attic whenever he could. Each time he explored the chest further. It held old maps, hand-drawn illustrations, and peculiar trinkets that seemed to hum with an otherworldly energy. Every item felt like a clue, nudging Lucas closer to the chest's true secret. His best friends, Mariana, an artistic girl who could see beauty where no one else did, and Peter, an energetic boy whose laugh could brighten the gloomiest days, soon joined him in his quest. Together they formed a team of fearless adventurers. On one breezy autumn afternoon, as golden leaves swirled outside, the trio gathered in the attic. Lucas shared the medallion, the note, and his grandmother's tale with them. The room filled with excitement. "Do you think we can unlock the magic?" Mariana asked, her eyes sparkling with wonder. Peter grinned, already fired up. "Only one way to find out," he exclaimed, with hearts full of determination. The friends pledged to uncover the chest's secrets. They spent hours searching through its contents, finding ancient scrolls, peculiar artifacts, and even a small map marked with places they couldn't identify. Each discovery felt like a puzzle piece. The medallion seemed to guide them, glowing brighter whenever they stumbled upon something significant. Their imagination soared as they pieced together fragments of the story that lay hidden in the chest. One day they found a scroll sealed with red wax. Lucas carefully broke the seal, and as he unrolled the parchment, it emitted a faint golden glow. The words on it seemed to hum with energy, and Lucas read them aloud. When courage meets kindness and hearts open to the unknown, the chest will reveal its secret, leading seekers to a place where dreams and reality collide. As the final words left his lips, something incredible happened. The medallion burst into a soft light, bathing the attic in its glow. The chest began to tremble ever so slightly, as if coming alive. The friends looked at one another, equal parts startled and thrilled. Lucas's grandmother appeared in the attic doorway, her face glowing with pride. "You've done it," she said. "You're about to enter a place where magic is more than a story." Without hesitation, the trio clasped hands and declared, "We're ready." Suddenly, the attic shifted before their eyes. The dusty, familiar space melted away, revealing an enchanted landscape. They found themselves standing in a sprawling garden unlike any they had ever seen. Towering trees sparkled as if made of glass, vibrant flowers swayed to music only the wind could carry, and soft light glimmered everywhere. In the center of the garden lay a shimmering path made of stones that glowed like gems, leading to a radiant portal. It was as if they had stepped into the pages of a storybook. As they wandered through the garden, the children marveled at everything they saw. Each step seemed to bring them closer to a deeper understanding of the world's magic. They encountered talking animals, a rabbit with twinkling eyes, a wise owl, and a clever fox, all of whom guided and encouraged them. The garden was alive with wonder, and every moment felt like a scene from a dream. But the adventure didn't come without its challenges. They faced puzzles, mazes, and riddles that tested their courage and friendship. Lucas deciphered ancient inscriptions. Mariana used her artistic eye to uncover hidden clues and intricate patterns. Peter kept their spirits high, cracking jokes and cheering them on. Together, they realized that the chest's magic was not just about wonder. It was about working together and believing in themselves. As they reached the garden's heart, a magnificent oak tree stood tall, its branches shimmering with golden leaves. The tree spoke, its voice deep and warm. "You've come far, young ones. The chest chose you because of your courage, your kindness, and your unwavering belief in magic. But the greatest magic lies not in the chest, but within you. Remember this truth, and it will guide you forever." At the end of the journey, they arrived at a crystal-clear lake where the reflection of the sky seemed to hold countless stories. They sat by its edge, reflecting on their adventure and feeling grateful for the bond they shared. Above them, the stars began to twinkle, and the glowing portal beckoned them home. Before leaving, an ancient figure emerged, a guardian of the magical realm. With a gentle smile, he said, "You've unlocked the secret of the chest, but more importantly, you've unlocked the magic within yourselves. Take this lesson back with you. Every dream you dare to dream carries the spark of magic." When the children stepped back through the portal, they found themselves in the attic once more. The chest was quiet now, but its magic lingered in their hearts. From that day forward, Lucas, Mariana, and Peter viewed the world differently. They knew that magic wasn't confined to chests or enchanted gardens. It was in their laughter, their bravery, and their dreams. Lucas grew up to share his stories with others, inspiring children to believe in the extraordinary. Mariana painted vibrant scenes from their journey, filling the town with colors and wonder. Peter, with his ever-joyful spirit, reminded everyone that even the smallest moments could hold a bit of magic. The chest remained in the attic, waiting for the next brave adventurers to discover its mysteries. Its secret wasn't just about revealing enchanted places. It was about teaching each seeker that the greatest magic is the ability to imagine and believe. And so the chest stood as a reminder that magic is everywhere, just waiting for someone to find it. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Together, let's keep the magic alive and inspire new adventures for everyone.